Hi there, and welcome to day 5 of your yoga. Happy to have you here with me today. Excited to see some of you online responding to me, see some old friends who have come back. So welcome to yoga today, and glad you showed up for yourself. Today we are going to focus on core, and kind of our theme today is going to be strength. A lot of times when we think of our core, we think of how that holds up our body. Not only is our core really our front, but it's also our back and how it supports our body. So we're going to work on those things today to make ourselves feel better and great about our day. So as always, we're going to start just kind of relaxing our mind a little bit. So I invite you this morning, or this afternoon, whatever it is for you, to sit in child's pose. So for me, I'm going to do a wide-legged child's pose, and I invite you to come all the way down to the ground and to try to put your head onto the ground. If that's not a possibility for you, you might want to use a block like this. Sometimes bringing the ground to you can be a little bit easier. But I invite you to sit in child's pose like this and have your head on the ground and just relax. Kind of lay in child's pose and relax. Relax your mind, relax your body. Concentrate just for a moment on your breath. Try to take a deeper inhale and deeper exhale. As you just focus in on where you're at today, how your body feels today. Breathe in all the good prana, the good life force, and breathe out any anxiety or stress that you feel. Again, trying to concentrate on nothing is what we try to do in meditation. So any thoughts that come into your mind, just let them float away. Just focusing in on our body and especially our breath. I invite you quietly just to take a few more deep breaths in and out here in child's pose. As part of our practice today, like I said, I want you to think about strength. And I want you to think about the power that you have in your mind. I have a little quote that says, you have power over your mind, not outside events. So realize this and you will find your strength. This is by Marcus Aurelius. So as you think about your practice today, think about that one thing that you do have the power over your mind. Anything that's going on in your outside world, we may or may not have any power over that, but you have power over how you decide to let your mind and your body react to the things that are going on outside. Well, not necessarily your body, but 100% your mind. So let's focus in on that as we come and join me in on your mat, sitting up. And I'd like you to sit to the side and bring your feet on the ground in front of you and your hands just right beside you with your knees bent. And then I want you to think about grabbing one leg, grabbing one foot and bring it off the ground and staying balanced on your sit bones, and your back should be straight up and in good posture here. And then think about bringing that other foot straight up. Just kind of balancing here. Believe it or not, this is how we're actually using our core to stay engaged here, as long with some other muscles. And if you can, actually kind of grab those legs and bring them in tight to your belly. Just staying focused here. You may fall out, and that's fine. But just kind of, this is called cosmic egg. So we're kind of staying all like a little tight bundle here, staying focused on just being, bringing our core in. So now I want you to come out of that. We're going to do that again in a little bit more, a different version. So I want you to bring those legs in again. And this time bring your arms either straight up or straight out to the side. So again, we're focusing on strengthening our core. We keep not only our back, but our abdomen tight. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out here. Let yourself relax just for a second. We're going to do that one more time. Just bring those legs up. You can even bring your toes out just a little bit here. Bring those arms straight out if you can. If it's better for you to stay in the first position, stay there. So whatever is comfortable for you. Take one more deep breath here. All right, shake out of that. Now we're going to come into something called bird dog. This is a nice core as well, core strengthener as well. Wearing my little mala beads today. I don't have them long, but these are when I graduated from yoga school, from my 200-hour yoga school with Joy and Jill. So, okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to have both of our hands on the ground right under our shoulders, and our knees are going to be under our hips. First, we're going to take that left leg and we're just going to bring that leg back and just let it point on the ground here. And then our front arm, we're going to be straight out in front, if you can get it all the way. And then bring that leg up and that arm straight out. So kind of opposites, just kind of balancing here just a little bit. Okay, bring that back in. And then we're going to try it again on the other side. So this time, bring your right leg back. And it might be more comfortable for you to keep your leg on the floor. If this is too much balance or too much strength for you, then just keep that foot on the kind of balanced on the floor, just barely off the floor. But then bring that arm and that leg straight up. Take a couple of deep breaths in here. Okay, now bring that back down. We're going to kind of shake out those hips, do the little disco kitty from my friend Jennifer. Gives me that cute little idea. Now we're gonna do it again on the other side. So this time again, I'm gonna come back here just a little bit further. We're gonna bring our left leg back and our right leg straight forward, and then bring that leg up and bring that arm straight out. It should be all the way straight if you weren't in a short room like this. And then if you can, bring that right arm straight over to the side. And then if you want to, you can bend that knee and try and grab that foot from the back. If this is a no-go for you, then just stay right here. Whatever feels good in your body today. I like to give you lots of options. So wherever you're at in your yoga practice or your strength, that you have a good option for yourself. Okay, so this time, bring that right foot straight back and that left arm straight forward. Bring that foot up and that arm out. Try to keep your good balance. Bring that left arm out to the side. And if you want, you can bend that right foot, that right knee, and bring that arm, that hand back to grab your foot. For me, I always kind of have to have a little focal point just to make sure that I'm staying steady. Okay, and then bring that arm back out. Okay, shake it out. We're gonna do bird dog just one more time. And again, stay with whatever level you feel good at. If you're new to this practice, then just kind of staying at the basic level is really probably the best. Well, I wouldn't say this is basic. This is not an easy pose. So arm straight out. Right arm straight out and left arm straight back. If you'd like to bring that arm out to the side and that right arm back to meet that toe, that's another option for you. Okay, and bring both back down. Right leg back and left hand straight forward. And bring both up into the air. Nice balance here. A couple of nice deep breaths in and out here. Okay, bring them both back to meet each other. All right, now we're gonna come up into our first downward dog. So bring those feet back, bring those hips all the way back up. And just kind of enjoy your first downward dog. You can pedal out those feet. Sometimes it's nice to bend the knees and kind of straighten out the back a little bit. Whatever feels good in your body today. With your first downward dog, you always want to take a second just to kind of settle yourself into it. Stretch out those hamstrings, stretch out that lower back. Stretching out under your armpits as well. And bringing those ears in between both arms. And bring your right foot up and your left foot to meet it. Come into halfway lift. Come down into forward fold. And come all the way up into Tadasana. Now, a couple of days ago, I taught you Sun Salutation A. We're going to do a little variation of that today, where we're going to use a little bit more core. But when we do Chaturanga, which is where we could go into plank, we are definitely using our core there. So we're going to do a little variation where we come in, come all the way up with your hands, come all the way back down, Uttanasana, forward fold, come up into halfway lift as we breathe in. Breathe out as you come into forward fold and plant those hands on the ground and come back into plank pose. So just enjoy plank pose for just a second. Really feel comfortable here. Get your core engaged. Now we're going to take our right knee and put it on the ground and bring our left foot kind of even with our other foot that's on the ground. Whoa, okay. And your right hand is going to be right in front of you. And we're going to come over into kind of a variation of side plank. So this is the first version that we're going to do here. Just kind of see how this feels in your body. Okay, then we're going to come back into plank pose. And then go back down into Chaturanga. So for some of you, might want to bend your knees here and come slowly down, bringing those elbows in towards your body. And then coming up into Cobra. And then push back. You should come back into Downward Dog. 1 or 2 deep breaths here. Bring that right foot up and that left foot up. Come up into halfway lift. Come down into forward fold. Bring all that energy of the universe into your heart. Okay, let's do that again. This time we're going to kind of come into the full side plank on when we come down. So I'll show you that in just a moment. So breathe in, breathe out, come all the way forward. Breathe up as you come into halfway lift. Breathe out as you bring those hands on the ground, come into plank pose. So again, feel free to bring that knee on the ground if you'd like and come into side plank this way. Or if you'd like, come back into plank pose, put both feet together and then come over to the side, bringing that hand directly underneath the shoulder. And it's easier if you kind of have the 2 feet in front of one another like this. Makes it a little bit easier. But if you'd like to come into the full pose, it's really both feet together. Not easy. Okay, so stay here for just a second. Come back into plank pose. Breathe out. As you come down into Chaturanga, come up into up dog or cobra, and then come back into downward dog. All right, coming back up into forward fold. Breathe all that energy in. Great. Okay, now we're going to do that so that we don't want one side of our hips to be stronger than the other. This is really helping with the obliques, side plank is. So breathe in, come down into forward fold. Come up into halfway lift. Bring those hands down as we come into plank pose. Take a moment just to get used to plank pose again. Put that left knee down and bring that right foot around as we bring our right arm straight up as we come into side plank. You can actually also bring that leg up if you'd like. Okay, come back into plank pose. And again, feel free to keep those knees down if you like, and then come down into chaturanga. Come up into cobra or up dog, and then come back down into downward dog. Take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths here. Okay, bring that right foot and the left foot to meet each other. Come up into halfway lift. Down into forward fold. And then bring your hands all the way up into prayer pose. All right, let's do that one more time and do it into a full side plank this time. Bring all that energy down. Come up into halfway lift. Bring your hands down in front of you. Come straight back into plank pose. Now bring that left hand kind of right in between. Bring those feet kind of, you can have one in front of the other, or you can have them both stacked on top of one another. And come up. Who is strong today? I'm strong. Are you the sheep or the lion? We are the lions today. We are strong. We are capable. We're gonna do this. Okay, come back into plank pose. Come down into chaturanga. Come up into up dog. Back into downward dog. Ooh, hope you felt good like I did. Feels good to be strong. I suppose I'll just be honest with you. It took me a while to get good at side plank. So if it's not happening for you today, it's not the end of the world. It's something, just practice side plank on your own, because it's a great way to really help with that waistline and those muscles on the side of your body. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little balance pose called the eagle. We're gonna use eagle arms and eagle legs for this pose. So I invite you just to get a comfortable, it's hard for me to do this on carpeting and a mat, so I'm just gonna do it on carpeting, but if you're on a flat surface, it's easy. Sometimes to come off your mat even, just to do a balance pose. So this is a balance pose, similar to what we did the other day with tree, but just a little bit different. So we're gonna start just with the arms. So bring your arms out like this on either side. Kind of wiggle this right arm, because it's the one that's gonna go underneath. So I want you to wrap this arm underneath the other one. So our arms are twisted around like this, and our palms are coming together, if that's a possibility. For some people, this might not be a possibility. So maybe our hands are kind of more like this. So wherever you're at today is fine. Now that we've got our arms all twisted, now we're going to take our leg. So I want you to kind of put the weight into your left leg and bring that right leg up and just bring it over it first, and just get used to it being here. And then if you can, try to just lift it up and just wrap it around a tiny bit. We're not going to go too far with this the first time. Just try to maintain your balance here for a second. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. All right, come on out. Shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to do that on the other side. So I want you to bring both hands out, kind of wave this left hand, because it's the one that's going underneath. So bring this left arm underneath the right one and wrap them around each other and bring the palms together, if that's a possibility. Again, wherever you're at, you might not be here. You can also kind of bring your shoulders up and then bring them back down as you come into this pose fully. Okay, so this time we're going to come into, bring our left foot up. Just kind of get used to being on the right foot, and then bring that right foot over and just kind of cross it over it first. Just try to be steady here. And balance is something that's different every day. Some days you really feel like you have it, and then other days you just don't. It just kind of depends. Sometimes if I can kind of come into strength with my feet a little bit, then sometimes I can get a little bit better at balance. But okay, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna kind of come into the full eagle's legs this time. If that was enough for you, then just cross your leg over. But if you'd like to do it a little bit more, I'll show you the full eagle pose. So arms out, kind of wiggle this right hand. It's gonna go underneath the left. So we have eagle arms here. Now come into, just pop that right foot up just a little bit. Bring it across this left one. Now for me, I have to bend my knees a little bit to come into full eagle pose with the legs. So then you want to wrap, maybe you do. You want to wrap that foot around the back of your leg if that's a possibility. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But okay, so it kind of looks like this. But wiggles and wobbles is a good thing when you're doing balance poses, because you know what? That's how you get better. That's how you strengthen your legs more. So, so that's kind of all part of the game. So don't feel bad. I'm just trying to show you that it's okay. All right, so this time we're gonna do the left hand underneath the right. And we're gonna kind of come into feeling all of the weight on our right foot. And bend those knees as you bring that left foot around a little bit. And bend into it. And if you can, wrap that foot all the way around. But if you can just wrap your leg, that's good too. Looks like that's where I'm gonna be at today. Just take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Ta-da! We're all eagles. Okay, so now we're gonna come back down to the ground. We're gonna come down in Lasana again, like we did yesterday. So just keep both feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit more than hip distance to make it easier on ourselves. Bring your hands into prayer pose. This is where we're gonna kind of do a deep squat all the way to the ground. For some people, this is a no-go for your knees, so come down to the ground however you'd like. But if you'd like to try it with me, you just kind of come into like a little demi squat, and then you just keep going all the way down to the ground. This is also called yogi squat. So where both of our heels, if you can, are on the ground, but maybe they're not. Maybe your heels are up here. This is another great place too if you ever want to use a block. Sometimes our heels are up here, and that's fine too. We can use a block to help with that. So wherever you're at. And sometimes if you see a pose that you just really can't do, just practice that pose. Just you can dial this back and just practice that pose a few times until you get better at it, because each of us have different parts of our body that are very open to doing things, and then different parts that are not. So just kind of honor that and be okay with that. That's just the way our bodies are. So who's ready to go on a little trip down the river? All right, we're gonna come into boat pose, which is a great ab pose, similar to what we just did in the cosmic egg pose, but a little bit more intense. So we're just gonna start with our knees bent, our feet out in front of us, our back is straight. We're gonna take our arms and put them underneath our thighs here, and we're just gonna come back and just let those feet float just a little bit. Maybe it's only one foot for you, or maybe both can float. Whatever you're kind of feeling today, wherever you're at. If you can just do one at a time, then just do one at a time. But if you can bring both up, then that's great. Just take a breath or two here. Feel strong in our core. We're not only helping our front, like our abdomen, but we're also helping our back in this pose. So we're keeping our back straight and really getting all of those nice muscles in our back strong as well. Okay, so now sit back, cross-legged, in easy pose. Just come over to the right and to the left. We're just gonna do a little mini stretch out here, just to kind of relieve some of the stress from boat. All right, the river's still calling. Let's do it again. Okay, so bring those feet back in front of you. We're gonna put our hands underneath, and we're gonna come back into boat pose. Maybe this time you can do it, maybe last time you could only do one leg. This time your core is feeling a little more warmed up, and we can do both. If you'd like to do a little bit more, you can bring those arms straight out in front of you so that you're balanced here. Take a few deep breaths in and out. You can come back a little bit if you'd like. All right, cross those legs again. And then let's bring that left arm over to the right. Do a nice deep side stretch here. Stretching out those obliques from all that good we just did earlier. Come over to the other side. All right, how about one more both? All right, let's do one more. Okay, put those feet back in front of you. Again, if you can, we're gonna bring those feet, both of those feet up. Oh, the sun's coming out, yay. We're gonna put both of our hands out in front of us, and now we're really gonna try to go for it. If you can, try to straighten one leg. If you can, straighten both legs. Okay, and this is the full boat pose here. So this might be a no-do for you, no way. So just don't do it. But if you can, just kind of, you're coming up into a little V, keep those shoulders straight down, and your legs straight up. And slowly come back out of it. The good news is you're done with hard ab exercises for the day. All right, we're gonna come all the way back down to the ground. I invite you to do ladder, even though I'm in this kind of a little bit room that doesn't have a lot of room, but I invite you just to kind of stretch out your arms and your legs, kind of in an opposite motion. Then we have one more pose, but this is a nice relaxing pose. We did this the other day. This is called fish pose. So I want you to take your palms and put them directly underneath your bottom, and your elbows should be underneath your body as well, because you're kind of tucking your shoulders in towards each other. And then bend those elbows as you bring your head and your chest up towards the ceiling, and look back at the wall behind you. Take a deep breath in and out here. As we come on back, take just a little break here. Fish pose is a great pose really to kind of open up the sinuses and stuff like that too. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. So my arms are still underneath me. I'm just gonna bend those elbows and come up into fish pose. Your head straight back and your chest arched. And just concentrate on the breath here. All right, now lay all the way back down. Now, coming to the best part of the day, I just encourage you all to stay in a laying down position. Just get as comfortable laying down as you can. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. As you just appreciate the great work that your body was able to do. The great work that you can do with your core. And really just how amazing our whole bodies are. So again, close your eyes. Try to elongate your breath just a little bit. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Feeling the strength that's in your body, feeling how strong and capable your body is. Continuing to soften and concentrating on your breath. I'd like you to consider this quote. It's actually from Arnold Schwarzenegger about strength. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and you decide not to surrender, that is strength. All right, I invite you to come up and sit with me in easy pose. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey today, in our yoga journey. Thank you for taking this time out for yourself, to help yourself feel better, feel stronger, more confident and capable. I invite you to put your hands in prayer pose as I bow to you and to this practice. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.